Hello, my people. So today we'll be breaking down what 500,000 per month lifestyle looks like in Nigeria in this 2026. So we're checking if it is comfortable, is it average or is it financially tight? You understand? Let's look at the realistic monthly expenses, including rent, food, utilities, and savings, and see whether 500,000 is enough to live well in Nigeria. You understand? So first on the list, if you take 500,000, someone earning 500,000 in a month, you understand, and equals to in a month equals to 12 months is equals to 6 million naira per year. Understand? Then in 2026 in Nigeria, this income levels are above minimum wage, but not considered wealthy. You understand? It is being considered as okay, that person is okay. You understand? Not really like let me use like 100%. It's not really 100%, but you're considered like 50% living good. You understand? In Nigeria, if you're making that kind of money every month, you understand? So for many young professionals, small business owners and mid-level workers, you understand, 500,000 per month is realistic income level for you. Now let's see how it's spent. So for rent, let's talk about rent. Understand? Rent will take the biggest portion of the income. As you all know, that house, shelter is one of the most, important thing, and you should know that important thing needs to take something, something valid from you. And let's look at the mainland. Let's look at mainland. We have three cities there. We have Yaba, we have Surulere, we have Ikeja. And for one bedroom apartment, you'll be getting one bedroom apartment for 1 million naira to 1.8 million naira yearly. You understand? And then for the monthly, you understand, for that one bedroom apartment, the monthly equivalent to 80,000 naira to 150,000 naira every month. You understand? Then for smaller cities like Ibadan, Benin, and Enugu, all these places are states in Nigeria. Understand? For smaller cities like smaller states, for one bedroom, you'll be getting it for 400,000 to 900,000 yearly. You understand? And for monthly equivalent, to 35,000 naira to 75,000 naira monthly. So for Lagos mainland, let's assume it's 120,000 monthly average. You understand? Third on the list, we have food. Food costs have increased significantly since 2020. Monthly grocery for one person, you should budget around 120,000 naira to 200,000 naira. And occasional eating out, you understand? Occasional eating out should budget 40,000 naira to 80,000 naira. For total estimate, for food estimate, total estimate, you should have at least 160,000 naira to 250,000 naira. So let's assume it as the total expenses for food. You should budget around 200,000 naira monthly average. Fourth on the list, let's look at transportation. Transport. So if you're using public transport, for the public transport, you should budget for 30,000 naira to 60,000 naira. And if you're using ride haul occasionally, if you're using like Uber, you should budget 60,000 naira to 120,000 naira. If you have your own car, in Nigeria, fuel alone could be around 150,000 naira. You should budget fuel alone. You should budget for fuel alone for 150,000 naira plus monthly, depending on the luxurious car you're riding. It can even be more than it is more than that, but you should have a budget of 150,000 naira. So let's assume moderate transport, is around 70,000 naira monthly. That's what you're gonna spend. Understand? If you're in Nigeria. If you're looking forward, to come over to Nigeria, that's just so cheap. It's just cheap. 5 on the list, utilities. For the utilities, electricity, you have to budget for 20,000 naira to 50,000 naira, and for the internet, 25,000 naira to 40,000 naira. For water, estate fees, you understand? For water and estate fees, you should budget for 20,000 naira to 50,000 naira. For total utilities, for the subtotal, everything, so budget you have at least 70,000 naira to 120,000 naira. So let's assume an average, average of 90,000 naira for utilities. So for lifestyle, the system, the list for lifestyle, personal expenses, the lifestyle, you have the gym. For the gym, you should have at least minimum 30,000 naira to 60,000 naira. And clothing, and clothing are small expenses, you understand, but not really cheap though. You should have 40,000 naira minimum, 40,000 naira for monthly, for monthly shopping, and 100,000, 200,000 naira for entertainment. You should have 500,000 naira to 100,000 naira. 50,000 naira, I mean to say, to 100,000 naira. So let's assume monthly lifestyle expenses should be rounding up. Let's assume you should hold minimum of 120,000 monthly for lifestyle expenses. You get what I'm saying? So let's calculate everything all together, for the rent, for the food, for the transport, and everything all together. So for the rent, for monthly, you should budget for 120,000. You understand? You're living in Nigeria. So for food, you should budget for 200,000 naira. For transport, you should budget 70,000 naira in Nigeria, and for utilities, you should budget for 90,000 naira. For lifestyle, normally if you're living in Nigeria, the lifestyle, you should budget for 120,000 naira. So the total expense is around 600,000 naira if you calculated well, and it has passed the 500. That means 500,000 monthly may not be able to sustain you. Understand? Or life in Lagos, understand, cannot be able to suit or sustain you in Nigeria, Lagos. But if you live in smaller cities, tell the way, the habit of expense, you understand, the habit, avoid lavishing, all this lifestyle lavishing, you understand. It could reduce expenses, understand, expenses to make it be it can reduce expenses to 400,000 naira to 480,000 naira, and so I believe now you all know your budget, you understand. With this video now, we all should have a budget. Understand? You all still want to relocate to Nigeria or anywhere, you understand, in the world, you all in diaspora, because everything changes every year, you understand. So I believe now you've known your budget for 2026, and if you're new here, do what to follow, do what to like, do what to subscribe, do what to comment, drop your thoughts on what you think, and stay blessed. See you on my next video.